Greetings, my name is Don Jones, the current chair of the Borlaug Scholars Program, and I would like to give you an update from the past year. As many of you know, this program identifies the best of the best for undergraduates and graduate students that attend an institution here in the United States. And we pair each Borlaug Scholar with an NAPB member who is committed to their professional development. Here's a list of our donors, partners, and supporters. Without their generous contributions, our program could not have flourished such that it has. In addition to these institutions, we also have received financial support from individuals. We'd like to thank each and every one of them. These are the 13 members who comprise our committee currently. They come from both the public and the private sectors. As chair, I say thank you for their willingness to serve. We have a monthly Zoom call, which we discussed issues and plan for the future, and many of them have also served as mentors. 24 students were selected to be Borlaug Scholars in 2021. 18 of those are graduate students. They are shown here in alphabetical order by their last name, and also shown to the right is the mentor assigned to each. Similar to the previous slide, shown here are the 6 undergraduate students and their mentor. They too are listed in alphabetical order by last name. A valuable component of the Borlaug Scholars Program is the mentoring between students and professional plant breeders. On March 2nd, a mentoring workshop was organized and led by the 5 Borlaug Scholars shown on the upper left-hand side of this slide. As a result, 98 participants joined this Zoom call, which involved the 4 professional breeders shown on the lower right, and they focused on COVID-related discussions on how plant breeding was affected this year and other general questions that were posed by the participants. As a result of this workshop, nearly $17,000 was raised. Our most recent mentoring workshop occurred June 29th. This was after we had selected our class of 2021. So fortunately, they were able to participate in this workshop. It featured Dr. Curtis Cush, the winner of the 1996 World Food Prize. He discussed the highlights of his 40-year plant breeding career, including the trials and the tribulations that occur over 4 decades. 53 participated in this Zoom call, and he answered questions from the group for about 25 minutes. Here's a screenshot of some of the participants from our recent event. What will now follow are the self-made 1-minute videos from our class of 2021 Borlaug Scholars. The first 18 are graduate students, and the last 6 are the undergraduates. These are a treat to watch. Enjoy, and thank you for listening to this update on the 2021 Borlaug Scholars Program.
My name is AJ Ackerman, and I would like to thank NAPB for this wonderful opportunity to be part of the Borlaug Scholars Program. I'm a 4th-year PhD candidate at Clemson University in the Small Grains Breeding and Genetics Program, slated to graduate in May of 2022. Early in my career, I was a co-op at a Monsanto soybean breeding facility where I got to have my first hands-on experience with plant breeding. While studying crop science, breeding, and biotech as an undergrad, I pursued research in legume plant defense mechanisms. I've extended this work from model crops to row crops in my dissertation, working with gray mold of sorghum and fusarium head blight of wheat. At Clemson's PD Research Center, I've been heavily involved in both the wheat and sorghum breeding operations, and have had the opportunity to work with a startup seed company, granting me exposure to a smaller side of private industry. I have worked in conventional farming operations, created transgenic organisms with AgBac, and performed research to identify impactful traits for organic programs. Whether our farming operation is primarily conventional, GMO, organic, 20 acres or 20,000 acres, farmers still need the right tools and genetics to accomplish their jobs in a financially feasible and environmentally sustainable manner. I want to continue to work in plant breeding to develop cultivars that are impactful on the farm to help growers meet these lofty goals. Thank Thank you.
Hi, I am Pawan Basnet, a third-year PhD student at the University of Missouri, Columbia, studying cyst nematode resistance in soybean. Currently, the soybean market is valued at around $46 billion and is dominated by a single mode of soybean cyst nematode resistance. Hence, the identification of novel mode of resistance and its implication through breeding approach is of immense importance. My research is focused on identifying soybean cyst nematode resistance loci, root phenotyping, and diversifying resistance in modern soybean cultivars. Besides soybean breeding, I am also interested in statistics and data analysis. I love traveling, exploring new places, hiking, and taking pictures. My long-term goal is to make an impactful contribution to agricultural sector around the globe through the knowledge gained from my research and academics, either in industry or at the public breeding institutions. Thank you.
My name is Catherine de Megon Ackerman, and I'm a PhD candidate working on cotton breeding genetics and genomics with Dr. Jane Deaver and Dr. Libo Sean. My last name, de Megona, literally means the son of a great farmer, a name which I got from my grandfather who used to grow cotton back in Nigeria long before I was born. My research is centered on a new disease that can kill susceptible cultivars within 1 month after planting. Fusarium wilt race 4 threatens upland cotton production. In my research, I utilize the hydroponic system, laboratory and greenhouse protocols, as well as confocal microscopy to capture the infection process, as well as bioinformatics to assemble the components of the genome. Beyond what I do in graduate school, I have a passion for research and teaching, and I love to give back to my community by organizing workshops for African students and researchers in over 50 African countries. Till date, over 3,600 students have been impacted. I am super excited and proud to be a 2021 Borlaug Scholar.
Hi everyone, my name is Nidha Godi. I'm a PhD candidate at Kansas State University. I am working with Dr. Gibabe at USDA's Central Small Grain Genotyping Lab. My graduate research is focused on map-based cloning of Asian fly resistance gene in wheat. For this, I have screened thousands of recombinant lines in lab and in greenhouse as well to reduce the QTL region from many MBs to only few hundred kbs. Also, I am working on development of diagnostic markers which can help the breeders in marker-assisted selection and gene pyramiding as well. Moreover, based on RNA sequencing data, we have identified differentially expressed genes under this region, and now I am working towards cloning and characterization of one of them. This project was not possible without the guidance and support of my advisor and other team members, especially Dr. Yunfeng. Last but not the least, I am incredibly honored to be the part of 2021 class of Borlaug Scholars. I am really thankful to NAPB selection committee for giving me this opportunity. Thank you so much.
Hi, my name is Kimberley Gibson. I am a PhD candidate in horticulture and agronomy at the University of California, Davis. With Professor Paul Gepps, I study the biochemical defenses that lima beans use against their main insect pest, Lygus hesperus. Some of my methods include field trials, measuring cyanogenic capacity, a genome-wide association study, and measurements with new field-based insect sensors. I also assist with our breeding program and enjoy teaching undergraduate students. Prior to starting my PhD, I earned a BA from Stanford University and worked for several nonprofit organizations in San Francisco and Yucatan, Mexico. My family has been farming in California for several generations. I hope to continue this tradition by pursuing a career that combines teaching, research, and plant breeding. I'm honored to have been selected as a Borlaug Scholar and look forward to connecting more with the wider community of plant breeders.
Hi, I'm Amy Groh, and I'm earning my PhD at UC Davis. My dissertation work involves pre-breeding of water use efficiency traits in tomato. So this involves doing some fine mapping of water stress tolerant traits in a wild species of tomato, and then doing some exploratory bioinformatics within that region. And then finally, I'm doing a combining ability study using intergression lines from 2 different wild species. Outside of my dissertation work, I also am involved with a collaborative breeding project called Scope here at UC Davis, and we're breeding zinnias for organic management systems. My future goals involve becoming a commercial plant breeder and continuing work to help support and create community for women in science and agriculture. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Tilani Jayakodi. I'm a PhD student in the Plant Breeding, Genetics, and Biotechnology program at Michigan State University. I work in Dr. Dave Douch's potato breeding program, where my research is focused on applications of genome editing for crop improvement. I also do some bioinformatics work, like I recently sequenced and assembled a new potato genome using Oxford nanopore sequencing, and as an NSF Energy Impacts Fellow, I'm interested in understanding the relative specificities of the most popular genome editing reagents when applied to complex plant genomes. I really enjoy working in small groups, so in the future I see myself either being a professor at a small university, leading a team at a plant biotechnology startup, or perhaps starting a genome editing venture of my own someday. I want to thank all the mentors who helped me get to the place that I am today, and I can't wait for the opportunities to come.
Howdy, my name is Fabian Leon. I use he, him pronouns, and I'm a second-year master's student at Texas A&M University in College Station, Texas. I'm originally from Nicholasville, Kentucky, and I received my bachelor's in agricultural biotechnology from the University of Kentucky. At A&M, I'm a research assistant in the sorghum breeding program, and my projects involve the evaluation of some of our program's grain sorghum hybrids and inbreds, as well as an analysis of a large historical data set of multi-environment hybrid testing across Texas geographies. I'm excited to introduce myself as a NAPB Borlaug scholar, and I'm very excited to meet all of you and see where my plant breeding path may cross with yours. So thank you, and it's very nice to meet you all.
Hi, my name is Eric Lute, and I'm a master's student in the Integrated Plant and Soil Science program at the University of Kentucky. After serving over a decade in the United States Army and traveling to countries torn by war, I decided to change my career and focus on increasing food security. My current research focuses on the documentation of forage and grain traits for 367 different teff germplasms. I'm also a trainee in the National Science Foundation's Graduate Research Trainingship, where my interdisciplinary team is assessing the use of microalgae as a potential fertilizer replacement during the mineland reclamation process. In my off time, I love spending time with my wife and 3 kids, gardening, hiking, and coaching soccer. Thank you for selecting me as a 2021 NAPB Borlaug Scholar.
Hello everyone, my name is Lance Merrick, and I'm a PhD candidate at Washington State University in the Winter Wheat Breeding and Genetics program under Dr. Aaron Carter. I've spent my entire life in agriculture, from growing up on a family farm in South Dakota to working and studying in wheat breeding over the last 6 years. Over that period of time, I've gained some amazing experiences that have led me here to Washington State University. My current research focuses on genomic selection and genome-wide association studies for seedling emergence and stripe rust in a large winter wheat breeding program. The goal of our research is to increase genetic gains and selection accuracy while providing a guideline for the implementation of genomic selection for complex quantitative traits in any breeding program. In addition to my research, I'm a freaking outdoorsman. I enjoy hiking and fishing in the summer and snowboarding in the winter. I'd like to thank everyone who's helped me on my way, and I'm grateful to be chosen as a 2021 NAPB scholar, and I look forward to interacting and meeting my fellow scholars and mentors. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Nguyen. I'm a PhD candidate at the University of Florida under the direction of Dr. Alfred Ho. I specialize in biotechnology, where I use molecular biology tools such as vector cloning and CRISPR-Cas9 to study mechanisms regulating plant development and responses to the environment. When I'm not in the lab doing PCR, plant transformation, or tissue culture, I like to be outdoor camping or fishing. My research focuses on understanding microRNA's roles in regulating lettuce seed dormancy and germination under stressful conditions. Additionally, how these microRNAs influence lettuce organ size will also be investigated. My goal as a plant breeder is to provide stress-tolerant lettuce to combat the changing environment as well as high-quality lettuce on everyone's table. Thank you, NAPB, for this opportunity, and I'm honored to be one of the 2021 Borlaug Scholars.
Hello, my name is Alex Obonna. With a farming background and a strong interest in agriculture, I was motivated to join the Cornell Plant Breeding PhD program, where I work with cassava, a tropical root crop that has become a staple food for over 800 million people worldwide. My research work in the lab of Professor Mueller is focused on the impact of modern breeding on key trait architecture evolution through domestication and its implication for cassava breeding approach. A component of my research looks at the trait architecture of the toxic secondary metabolite compound present in cassava root. I also research on cassava diversity along with landscape genomics and the development of transcriptomics resources for studies of complex traits to assist cassava improvement effort. I am honored to be a 2021 NAPB Borlaug Scholar. Thank you.
Howdy. Over the next few decades, we'll have to produce as much food as we have in the previous 10,000 years combined. Plant breeding is one of the most effective tools for adapting to new circumstances. My research as a PhD student at Texas A&M potato breeding program involves the utilization of single nucleotide polymorphic markers for the molecular characterization, genome-wide association studies, and genomic selection. These studies will be helpful in increasing the efficiency of potato breeding. Upon graduation, I would like to contribute in the advancement of agriculture through plant breeding research and teaching.
Hello, my name is Erin Farr, and I'm a PhD candidate at Rutgers University in New Jersey. My research is focused on breeding and genetics of big bracted dogwoods. The Asian species, Cornus cusa, is flowering behind me here. I love breeding ornamental plants because it is a beautiful blending of art and science. For my thesis work, I'm conducting a diversity study of dogwood cultivars and wild collected plants. I'm also working to improve our native flowering dogwood's resistance to powdery mildew through QTL mapping of resistance genes and CRISPR knockout of susceptibility genes. My goal is to work as an ornamental or vegetable breeder in industry. I'm particularly interested in breeding for disease resistance and adapting advanced breeding tools developed in agronomic crops to niche horticultural crops. In my free time, I love hiking, painting, gardening, and taking care of my ever-growing house plant collection. I'm honored to be named a Borlaug Scholar. Thank you very much for this opportunity.
Hello everyone, myself Karan Sandhu, and I am currently a PhD candidate at Washington State University. And then I am working with Dr. Erin Carter, who is leading the winter wheat breeding program. And this summer, I am also working as a phenomic assisted soybean breeder intern with Bayer Crop Sciences. My thesis title is Increasing the Genetic Gain in Wheat Breeding Program using Genomic Selection, Phenomics, Machine and Deep Learning Algorithm. And in my future career, I want to explore all the techniques or the skills which I learned during my PhD or my undergrad and want to implement all those during my future career at a private breeding company. And during my free time, I like to go for hiking, camping, and play badminton. And thanks. And thanks a lot, NAPB, for choosing me as a 2021 Borlaug Scholar. Thank you.
Hi everyone, I am Swati Shrestha, a second-year PhD student with Dr. Jeffrey Meru in Vegetable Breeding and Genetics Lab at the University of Florida. My PhD research focuses on development of aphid-transmitted virus-resistant squash and pumpkin cultivars using molecular breeding approaches. Aphid-transmitted viruses like zucchini yellow mosaic virus and papaya ring spot virus are the major yield-limiting factor in squash production worldwide. Development of virus-resistant cultivars using traditional breeding relies on rigorous and resource-intensive phenotypic assays. To overcome this problem, I am working on identification of quantitative trait loci and molecular markers associated with virus resistance that would assist in phenotypic selection, thus accelerating the disease resistance breeding. I am really excited to be one of the NAPB Borlaug Scholar 2021. Looking forward to participating in various Borlaug Scholar activities and learning a lot from them. Thank you.
Hi everyone, my name is Henan Souza and I am a third-year PhD student in plant breeding, genetics and genomics at the University of Georgia. I'm currently working in the soybean breeding and genetics laboratory under the guidance of Dr. Zheng Li. Our projects involve the identification of genes underlying the control of protein and amino acid composition in soybeans, so we can improve the nutritional quality. We are also working in the identification of genes underlying the resistance to soybean rust, so we can breed new resistant varieties. One of my favorite parts of breeding is going to the field to evaluate plants and make selections for our breeding program. When I'm not working in my PhD projects, I enjoy spending time with my family, going to parks, cooking, and also watching movies. I'm really excited for being one of the NAPB scholars for the class of 2021, and I look forward to interact with mentors and the other graduate students this year in our meeting. So I see you soon.
Hello, I'm Clayton Varta and I'm a PhD candidate in the Department of Agronomy and Plant Genetics at the University of Minnesota. My motivation to work with plant breeding comes from my lifelong passion for agriculture as I grew up on a family farm. I study soybean breeding and quantitative genetics under the guidance of Dr. Aaron Lawrence, and my research focused on the implementation of genomic selection in a public soybean breeding program. More specifically, in parental selection for complex traits through genomic mating and advancements in an early stage of line testing. During my free time, I enjoy playing volleyball, road biking, running, and gardening. After graduation, I'm interested in pursuing a career in the industry sector as a plant breeder or to concentrate on research and development to optimize current breeding methods. I'm honored to be a 2021 NAPB Borlaug Scholar, and I would like to thank the NAPB Borlaug Scholars Committee and supporters for this wonderful opportunity. Thank you everyone for listening.
Hi, my name is Matthew Davis, and I am an undergraduate at the University of Florida, where I majored in biology and minored in entomology. While in Florida, I had an amazing opportunity to complete an internship at Walt Disney World, which led me to the field of plant breeding. After my return to the University of Florida, I had the chance to join the Blueberry Breeding and Genomics Lab, studying under Dr. Patricio Munoz. Here, I have had the opportunity to work with some amazing scientists. In the future, I want to help work toward addressing problems growers will be facing due to climate change. In my free time, I like to play lacrosse, bake, and walk through nature. Lastly, I want to thank the Dr. Munoz Lab and the Blueberry Breeding Program for all of the help everybody has given me, and I want to thank the National Association of Plant Breeders for this opportunity. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Isabella Fiore, and I am currently an undergraduate pursuing a degree in agronomy from the University of Wisconsin-Madison. I'm about to enter my fourth and final year of my undergraduate degree. This summer, I'm working at the West Madison Agricultural Research Station for the sweet corn breeding program. There, I assist in producing commercially useful inbred and hybrid lines. Growing up, I always knew I wanted to do something in the sciences that would impact the world in a positive way. It wasn't until I got to the University of Wisconsin-Madison that I found the field of plant breeding and plant genetics. Once I found this, I was immediately intrigued. After graduation, I intend to go to graduate school to pursue my PhD, and I am excited to eventually do my own research and also to see where the field of plant breeding and plant genetics will go in the future.
Hi everyone, my name is Isabelle Jen and I am an undergraduate student at North Carolina State University. I am pursuing a degree in crop and soil science with a concentration in crop biotechnology and a double minor in genetics and horticultural science. I am currently interning under the direction of Dr. Susanna Mia Lewis with NC State's Turfgrass Breeding and Genetics program. In this program, I am involved with evaluating the use of St. Augustine grass cultivar mixes as a possible pest management strategy. Although I do not have a background in agriculture, I'm already very passionate about plant breeding and hope to use traditional plant breeding techniques as well as genetic engineering to contribute to crop advancement and promote sustainability. I just want to say thank you so much to the NAPB for allowing me this opportunity to meet with peers and mentors about plant breeding.
Hello, my name is Tanner Oyen, and I am a senior at the University of Wisconsin, where I am pursuing a bachelor's degree in agronomy as well as a certificate in business management. I found my passion for agriculture at a young age while growing up on my family's small dairy farm in southwest Wisconsin. Although becoming a first-generation college student was a big change for my family and I, my interest in agriculture was unwavering. This is what drew me to Dr. Lucia Gutierrez's cereals breeding and quantitative genetics lab at UW. I began working in Dr. Gutierrez's lab in the fall of my freshman year and just completed my undergraduate research project on oat panicle architecture and its relationship with seed production. For this project, I used RGB imaging to analyze the digital biomass, compactness, length, and width of 48 genotypes replicated over 2 locations in 2 years. We then used MATLAB software to convert these images into a datasheet. With these data, our lab can identify genomic regions associated with target traits. I am honored to be a 2021 Borlaug Scholar and would like to thank the National Association of Plant Breeders and everyone involved for making this happen.
Hi, my name is Samantha Wagner and I'm an undergrad studying at the University of Georgia Tifton campus. My major is agri-science and environmental systems with an emphasis in plant breeding, genetics, and genomics. I'm currently working in Dr. Peng Chi's molecular cotton breeding lab and my primary project is focused on fiber quality. Substantial improvements in fiber quality can give cotton the means to compete with synthetic man-made fibers. We have integrated foreign quantitative trait loci alleles from Gossypium barbadense into upland cotton, Gossypium hirsutum, by way of marker-aided selection. I'm using a transcriptomic and functional genetic approach to identify the causal genes from the integress QPLs that have shown positive effects on fiber length. Integration from sister taxa by marker-aided selection has the potential of making significant genetic gains in relatively few breeding cycles if deployed in cultivar development. It's an honor to have been selected as a 2021 Borlaug Scholar. Thank you.
Again, congratulations to the class of 2021. As you can see, the Borlaug Scholars Program is strong and healthy. Thank you for listening.